People talk about retirement freedom all the time. No more alarm clocks, no boss, no meetings, no schedules. You finally get your time back. And that part is true. Retirement does give you freedom. But something people don't always talk about is that freedom often comes with something else, a lot more time by yourself. And for some people, that can feel uncomfortable, even lonely. For me, though, retirement felt a little different because long before I retired, I'd already learned how to live alone. I've been divorced for over 30 years now. So for 3 decades, I've been used to making decisions on my own, cooking for myself, handling life on my own, and not relying on someone else to fill the house with activity. So when retirement came, the quiet didn't hit me the way it might hit someone who just came out of a busy household or a full workplace. Honestly, in many ways, I enjoy the quiet. I enjoy not rushing. I enjoy not having constant demands on my time. Some days I sit here with my coffee, answer comments, work on videos, maybe run errands, and the day just moves at a peaceful pace. After a lifetime of work stress, that feels pretty good. And another thing I've noticed is how much energy you save when you're not constantly reacting to other people's schedules and expectations. When you work or when you're raising a family or managing a household, so much of your day is built around what other people need. Retirement strips a lot of that away. Suddenly, your time is yours again, and that adjustment takes a little getting used to. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't moments when companionship would be nice. Of course, there are. Everybody likes having someone to share things with. A conversation at the end of the day, someone to travel with, someone to laugh with. There are times I miss that. But here's the honest part. After living independently for so long, I've also gotten used to doing things my way, my routines, my schedule, my space. And at this stage of life, the idea of living with someone again would actually be a pretty big adjustment. I'm used to quiet mornings, used to doing what I want when I want, used to not having to negotiate every little decision. And there's a freedom in that too. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but it's not something I obsess over. I hear a lot of solos talking about travel and they just can't do it alone. And I understand that. Traveling alone can feel intimidating at first, but once you do it, you realize you're never really as alone as you think. You end up talking to strangers, meeting people along the way, and having experiences you might never have had if you were just staying in your comfort zone. Some of the trips I've enjoyed most in my life were solo trips. I took a road trip out Route 66, and that was so much fun. I retraced the steps of a traveler from the Take My Trip website. I saw the same attractions and also included stops at restaurants Guy Fieri had featured in his book and show. And I stayed in old Route 66 motels. It was very, very cool. Another trip was to Spain to walk the Camino from Sarria to Santiago. I met great people, had great food, and it was a physical challenge adventure, something I'll remember forever, and I hope to do again. I went where I wanted to go. I ate where I wanted to eat. I did what I wanted to do. No compromises, no schedules to coordinate, and honestly, I enjoyed the hell out of those trips. So when people ask if retirement gets lonely, my answer is sometimes, but it's also peaceful. And I think there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. My feeling is a lot of couples, when they hit retirement, really become irritated at the lack of alone time. They need to carve out their own things to do alone that scratch that itch. I've had friends tell me they suddenly realize they're around each other 24 hours a day, and that takes adjustment too. Retirement changes relationships whether you live alone or with someone. Everybody has to figure out their own balance. If you've never had to learn how to enjoy your own company, retirement might feel strange at first. Because suddenly the job is gone, the routine is gone, and you're left with a lot of quiet time. But if you can't get comfortable with yourself, that quiet can actually become one of the best parts of retirement. Freedom doesn't always look like constant activity. Sometimes freedom looks like a quiet morning, a cup of coffee, and know where you have to be. And honestly, after years of stress and rushing, that feels pretty good to me. Retirement isn't perfect, and there are moments I wish I had more companionship. But overall, I've found peace in the independence. So maybe the question isn't whether alone is the new free. Maybe it's learning how to enjoy your own company when freedom finally gives you the time to do it. And I'd be curious to hear from you. Do you enjoy the quiet in retirement, or has it been harder than you expected? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.